What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. That's obviously going to be the Vet Syndicate crew, which is myself, Horsepower Obsessed, Jason from Front Seat Driver, and Steve from Protective Dad Pranks. Together, we are Vet Syndicate. And yeah, we bring you some Corvette news, some Corvette hangouts, and we talk about Corvettes a lot. So welcome back. This is the 78th episode. Like I said before, we are very nearing that 100 episode where we still need some ideas. We still need some ideas of how to celebrate 100 episodes of this, because this has been a long time coming. This thing is really doing exactly what I had hoped it would by creating a community and bringing us all closer together. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas of how exactly we should celebrate 100, let us know. But obviously within a realistic bubble, we can't be doing anything totally crazy. We're not, there is an end to the financial.
We'll go skydiving.
Yeah. So if you guys can't tell, I'm not at home. I'm actually here I'm right across the street, believe it or not, from AWE. So I could walk out of the hotel here and literally walk to AWE, and it'd probably take me less than 5 minutes to walk over there. If they were still open, I would consider doing that. But it's almost 8 o'clock. They're not open. But I picked up my car today. I have the new AWE exhaust on it. The thing is sounding awesome. And you guys are going to see the video very soon about the install, some of the back, the workings at the back end. So I'm going to be able to talk about the weight savings. There are some things I'm not able to talk about yet because they are launching the exhaust and they don't want too much information out there before the exhaust launches. But
it sounds great, though.
It does sound good. It actually looks a lot better than I originally thought too, which is saying something because I originally thought it looked awesome. So the way that the tips look on there, they fill up the center section a lot better than the stock tips do. So It looks better. It loses a good amount of weight. And it creates some power, and I can't talk about those numbers just yet, but there will be a video coming out here very soon kind of discussing a little bit more about it. And yeah, guys, it's the AWE never disappoints. They really don't. And I'm going tomorrow. I'll be on the New Jersey Motorsports Park racetrack with the Z06. So if you guys are in that area, you'll probably hear it because it's pretty freaking loud. But let's see what we got here in the comments section. Okay, we got Tyler's in the house, Mark Cutsey, Kerry Glock, C8
Matt
Rally Driver.
Even on vacation and still here.
Really? What's that?
Matt Hurley's even on vacation with his wife and daughter, and he's still here tonight.
Really? Where's he at? Where are you at, Matt? Did he say where he was at?
He's probably buying another car somewhere.
Yeah. He's in Italy.
Yeah, he wanted to go straight to the source to buy his next Ferrari. General Lee, what's up? Hey, Corvette family. Sorry, late to the party. Had to take out the trash. Well, you're only 4 minutes late, so we'll forgive you. You must have ran taking out that trash. General, I was just talking about the fact that I got an AWE exhaust on my Z06. I just picked it up today. I'm literally right across the street at this hotel from AWE to pick up the car, so it's sounding awesome. It's looking cool. It lost a decent amount of weight, which is cool. But yeah, I'm going to have a video coming out soon. Mark Cutsey donates. The first super chat of the night comes from Mark Cutsey. He donates $5. He says, mahalo, Justin, Steve, Jason, for the Pro Clip setup prize. It would have been my exact choice and location type for the mount. Works great in a Raptor. So, guys,
That's right, you got that one.
He was the winner of the Pro Clip a couple weeks ago. I guess they just shipping to Hawaii must not be that fast.
Yeah,
but
it's cheap though.
It depends on who ships it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Matt Hurley says we are at the Ritz on the Lake. Gorgeous here. I highly recommend the Smoky Mountains Tail of the Dragon. Oh, nice. Did you drive your car on the Tail of the Dragon? That is literally a bucket list item for me. What's up, Caleb? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so guys, what we're going to talk about a little bit real quick is the giveaway for tonight. We are going to be giving away a carbon fiber waterfall cover for the C8 Corvette. So I do have some pictures here. While I'm pulling these up, Jason, why don't you talk a little bit about the install?
Man, it's it's easy, but it's a huge pain in the butt. I don't have, I guess, the best fingernails. It is absolutely as simple as can be, except peeling off that red tape, the double-sided tape. I hate it. Oh my goodness! But it's a breeze, man. Peel, you clean up your area, peel it, stick it in, done, man. It looks fantastic.
Man, this is the whole unit, not just
Yes,
the side. It's the top and
piece.
bottom. That's over $600 right there.
Yep.
Yep. So on their website, it's $620 plus shipping, but this is ultimately it right here. So, I'm not able to pull up Jason's picture for some reason, but
Okay. Now,
so you have a
we
top.
need to know, or you'll need to know. Obviously, you need to order it. Whether when we order it, it'll be with the there's a coupe and a convertible. They're different. The top piece.
Yeah. So depending on if you have the coupe or the convertible, it is a slightly different item. So you'll have to let me know at the end if you win, which one you have. So anyway, this is the part here. It is, and I have put it in my Z06 to see how it matches up with the stock weave. It's very, 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 very close. And since they don't actually touch, it's impossible to tell that weave is not GM. It is a really good duplicate to what GM offers. This is a really, really great product. If you guys have any carbon fiber on the interior of your car, you should definitely try to get this thing. It's going to be the same giveaway as usual. Every $10 gets you an entry. Every $100 donated to Venmo will get you double entries.
And keep in mind, it's real carbon fiber. It's not.
It is.
It's not fake. It's legit.
Yeah,
That's
this
good.
is
Have it in
not.
mind.
This is not a faux carbon. This thing is carbon fiber through and through on the front and back. You can flip it. It is literally carbon fiber. And you can tell when you go to pick that piece up, it's fairly large and it weighs nothing. So it's definitely real carbon fiber.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested, like I said, normal situation applies here. $10 gets you an entry. $100 to Venmo gets you double entries. So like I said, this thing sells for $620 plus shipping, so you're probably pretty close to $700. We need to be around $600 in on this item before we would even give it away. So if we hit that tonight, great. If not, it will be next weekend or next Monday that we're giving it away.
And please use Venmo.
Yeah.
Venmo's where you want to be for sure. Yeah. So Jason had mentioned that the tape cover on the back is kind of difficult to get off. It is. The best way to do it is to have a really good pair of tweezers. That's what I've noticed too, because I've had an immense amount of problems with that myself. And I've actually made a video talking about, whenever I was taking it off, just talking about how ridiculously hard this is, and that no one has found a better way yet. But as soon as I got a decent pair of tweezers, I get them off. It comes right off. So it's all about having the right tools for the job.
Yeah.
But
That's cool.
yeah.
It makes a big
Let's
difference.
see. Yeah, the double-sided tape red cover is Jason's nemesis.
It is very much. We're not friends.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the news while we're waiting for some donations to come through here. The first one you guys probably clicked on this for is a new TSB that has been issued for the Z06. So the new C8 Corvette Z06 has a potential wiring location issue. Now, what does that mean exactly? It's exactly what it sounds like. There is a wire harness that runs in the engine bay that could potentially be rubbing against something. And if it does, it's going to throw a bunch of engine control module codes, which you can see listed here. Because what's happening is it's rubbing against metal, and as it rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs, it's going to start fraying the wires that are inside. And once the wires get frayed, they short out, then the engine thinks there's all kinds of problems happening. So if this is happening to you, there is a technical service bulletin about it. So take it to the dealership and get it fixed, and it will be obviously done for free. My only concern is that if this goes on long enough and it rubs through the wires, I'm not 100% sure how they would fix those wires without just splicing them, which is a horrible idea to splice those wires. Because to fix them the right way would mean the entire wire harness is replaced. and then you're talking about some serious labor and time without your car. Hopefully there's a better way, and I'm just not thinking of it. But either way, this is a bulletin. So if you're getting any one of these check engine lights and you're not sure why, this might be why. So if you guys want some more information, this is on the Mid-Engine Corvette forum. Go over there. You can get all the information. But right there's the technical service bulletin number if you're interested. If you're anybody having an issue like this, I haven't actually talked to anybody that has the car that had a problem like that. But I'm curious if any of you guys have had this issue or even know somebody who has. It's kind of an interesting one. Yes, white hot horsepower. Thank you for bringing that up. I don't know why to this day I constantly forget to mention that. So the car of the week is actually Benjamin's. So he was at Corvettes at Carlisle. If you guys were there, he was there with his two very, very, very cute little daughters that he has.
So
just
sweet.
Absolutely the most well-behaved children I've ever seen in my life. And he actually came up here and visited me today at AWE whenever I was picking up my car. So him and I went out to lunch and everything. He just got this car, and it's his dream car. It is a absolutely perfect spec. And I kept telling him that. I was like, man, this is a perfect spec. This is exactly how I would have spec'd it. And then he told me that he spec'd it based on my recommendations. So that's why it's a car that just like I would have spec'd it, because technically I did. So anyway, that is Benjamin's car. Beautiful 2023 Stingray, Z51 mag ride. It's a convertible, 3LT, front end lift. He's got the new forged wheels on it. Just literally every option that I would have chosen is on that car. So
yeah,
very cool.
You know, he came over from another country as an immigrant, and he's like, dude, I was able to make it happen, you know, to be able to get my dream car. And he did, man. I'm super proud of him. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. And it very from what we talked about, like super hardworking, came over here and basically just killed it. And you know, obviously is making enough money now that he can afford a car like that. So great for him. I mean, to do it the right way, come over and just, I mean, he owns his own business now. So like he's doing it all right.
Justin, you're getting political. That's my realm.
I didn't say what he was doing right. I didn't say what he was doing the right way. But now that you flipped it on its head, now I guess it is now. But
hang on.
LT4 Powered says it kind of resembles my old one, and it does kind of, and that's kind of what I'm getting at again is it's my spec.
Yeah,
we got a Venmo.
By the way, Venmo.
Let's take a look. Venmo.
This
I met her.
See what we got. What do we got in Venmo?
Matt donated $1 million.
Yep, I got it. $1 million from Matt Hurley. Man, who's going to match that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, Lord, yes. So, guys, go ahead. Whoever matches the $1 million that Matt Hurley just gave us, you can have Jason's car.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay, so we actually got a couple. Mark Cutsey gave us $25.
Nice.
So he gets 2.5 entries. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Huh?
Yeah. I'll give him 3.
Okay. Steve Risha. Oh, Steve Risha's on here. That's good. He gave $100, so he gets 20 entries.
20.
Thank you, Steve.
Matt Hurley gave $200, so we were close with the 1 million. So he's going to get 40 entries.
Goodness.
Wow.
And 2020 Matrix 8 gave 100, so he'll get 20 entries as well.
Nice.
So awesome start to the night, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Like I said, every Monday night we try to have something cool to give away, so you guys are donating for something other than just, you know, our smiling faces. If you're actually getting something worthwhile, it definitely helps. I know that. So yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for killing it every Monday night. You guys are single-handedly keeping the lights on for us, and that's amazing. We can't say how much we appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, it is.
With that said, it looks like Matt Hurley leads the way at this point with 40 entries. So if you guys want to try to knock him out, I mean, I don't know for sure that he'd win even with 40 entries, but it's definitely in
We
his
had that
favor
guy
at this point.
for 30. We had that guy had 30 entries and he won.
Yep. Yeah, I was just telling the story. I think it was the air filter we gave away like months ago. The person that won gave a donation of $20, and everybody else, that was the only donation in there that was less than $100, and that's the person that won. So I mean, it is possible, absolutely. But if you want the best chances, every donation helps. Plus, it's for a good cause. It keeps us off the street, you know.
Yep.
Matt Hurley says he only sells at MSRP, but my problem is they won't give me an allocation. Yeah, you know, that really seems to be the way. Is like the good dealerships that will help people out are the ones that can't get an allocation. Again, telling me that GM knows this stuff is happening and doesn't want to change it for some reason. Somehow GM is being benefited by leaving it the way it is, or else they would have stepped in and changed it. It's that simple.
Yeah. Well, it allows them, like we've discussed before, to keep raising the price of the vet because they know people are willing to buy it when they see all these high prices.
Yeah. Dr. Corvette with with killing it with the super chats. He gave $100. He said, "Good talk last night." So again, Dr. Corvette was out here as well, visiting right by AWE. We stood outside and talked for probably a good 2 hours, just Corvette talk. Like that's what this whole thing's all about. Thanks for the donation, Dr. Corvette. Appreciate the support as always. So he'll yep, there you go.
Got it.
J.R. Griffith says, would love to participate, but I have to pay for my 2024 in November. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. If you knew what my car payment was, you would know. I know the feeling. Let's see.
What is the 2024 screen? What's he talking about?
Yeah.
My daughter's on here.
What?
My daughter's on here.
Oh. Steve's saying something about a screen, and you're like, yeah, my daughter's on it.
No, I just looked on here and saw my daughter.
So yeah, the 2024 infotainment system screen is different than the 23s by a significant amount. The only thing I haven't noticed yet, Matt, maybe you can answer this, is the entire operating system of the new infotainment system, is it Android? I know it kept saying Google, but is it running on Android? I don't know if you'll know the answer to that or not. The animations I've seen, like when you put it in sport mode or tour mode, it plays like this really different, completely different animation of your car going through like the canyons or whatever to show you that you're in a different mode. So it's a totally different visible like graphics on screen, but I'm wondering exactly how it's running.
My question is it going to be an update?
No, the whole the system itself is running on a different operating system.
Yeah.
If you guys remember when we talked about this not too long ago for the 2024, is that the new infotainment system was going to include Google. Do you remember that? Because we were all like, well, why do we need Google? That's what I'm talking about. I think Google meant it's actually going to run on Android, which is a lighter operating system, so everything's a little bit faster, snappier, stuff like that.
So how's that going to affect us with iPhones?
It's not going to affect us at all. I mean, since we all have 23s or 20, what year are your cars? Are 22s or
23?
Okay, it's not going to affect us at all. Nothing's going to change on our end. But
no, but I mean, like when we swap out to the, like, you know, if I get the Z06, it'll be a 24.
Yeah. I don't think it changes anything yet, but GM is ultimately trying to move away from CarPlay.
Yeah.
They said, you don't need it. Our operating system is so much better. You don't need it. Like, give me a break.
Right.
It's going to be 10 minutes before I'm missing CarPlay. So I hate when people have attitudes like that about their products, because all you're telling me is ultimately you don't want me using it. And I don't like that. It's like, it's my car. I want to use what I want to use. But I think what's going to end up happening is you're probably going to be able to defeat that with some sort of wireless CarPlay adapter anyway. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hey, just check Venmo from Kerry Glock. He had a question.
KG,
nice. All right, let's see.
Steve, you have NCM2 for your insurance, don't you? Just like me.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It actually just went up $10 a
So
month.
we got Keith French gave us $100, so he'll get 20 entries.
Okay,
Got it.
Thank you,
Terry
sir.
Block gave $10, so he'll get an entry. He says,
Okay.
Steve, what is up with the cruise for channel people?
The what?
I don't know exactly what I know I'm going on a cruise soon, but I don't know if I'm making that. I don't know if I'm making that
Wow, yeah, I read that totally wrong. Yeah, so that's
Same
a
here.
that's a good idea. That's a good thing to talk about. Actually, we haven't talked about that in a while. So as far as the cruise is concerned for the Vet Syndicate people, what was the latest status on that, Steve? I know we had talked something about that.
We were talking about. I mean, I'm going in January, but there's also one in March and April. And we can look at. It depends on what people's schedule's like.
Yeah.
You know what they want. You definitely don't want summer. Summer's way too expensive and too hard to
Yeah.
go.
So March or April is what you're saying.
March or April would be a good one.
Okay, so let's try to do a little bit more research on that so we can get that hammered down. You know what? While we're on that topic, I'm going to actually create a poll again because I want to see how many of you are actually interested in going on a Vet Syndicate style cruise. Let me know. Don't say yes to this just that you would be interested, but yes that you would absolutely really go. Because we're going to set this up in a way that we're probably going to need. How many would you say, Steve? Maybe at least 10 to go.
Yeah.
So we need to know that there's at least 10 of you guys guaranteed to go, so to make this basically a worthwhile trip. So, would you go on a Vet Syndicate? I'm gonna put boat cruise because I don't want this to be confusing. Like I said, only say yes if you would absolutely go. This isn't a theoretical thing. I need to know for sure that you would go.
Destination, I don't know yet. Somebody's asking that.
Yeah, we're not really sure on the destinations yet. The idea really is just more so to hang out, do a Monday Night Live type thing on a boat.
Yeah.
David Reese, that does not. He says, does the new info screen for the 24 mean I have to wait on my Pro Clip order? The physical dimensions of it are identical. Nothing changes physically. It's only the operating system. C3 guy, we're still working on the destinations, but we'll let you know. If we get enough people interested, we'll start looking more into the destinations and what you guys would be interested in. Vet Sweetness, I did not send those to Jason yet. I will actually right after we get off of here. I totally forgot about it.
Yes.
He had a lot of AMT custom design stuff installed, and it looks really good on his car.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'll send them to you. I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off with this AWE thing, so now that that's kind of over,
Carrie, it would be out of probably Galveston.
Yeah. If we do that, we're gonna coincide a Vet Syndicate car show. And
yeah. See, so that's the other thing, guys. If we do the cruise thing, we're gonna put together a car show because it's gonna be leaving. The cruise will leave right around the area where Jason and Steve live. So we would fly, I'll fly from Pennsylvania down there, hit up this car show that we'll put on, and then maybe the next day or the day after or whatever we get on the cruise. It'll be kind of an all-in-one type thing. I think it would be fun.
Yeah. What else is there to talk about in the news? Anything?
Jay Clone says boats and HPOs.
HPOs.
Oh, that's good. I like that a lot. There is a little bit more news we're gonna cover in 1 second. Yeah, Vet Sweetness. I am, but that's not an excuse. I will get that taken care of for you. I apologize. Let's see.
And my email is on my videos. So if you email me, I try to check it pretty often.
One other thing I wanted to talk about, some more news, is going to be commercials. I guess some people are getting some ads. Let's talk a little bit more about some news. So over at the Midge and Corvette forum again, there was an E-RAY photo shoot today that the guys from Savage Geese partook in, and basically the what's it called? Embargo on the reviews are going to end this Friday. So this Friday, you're going to have a lot of E-RAY content coming out, and it's going to be a lot of the bigger YouTubers who have had their chance with the E-RAY for a little while. That's all going to be coming up. So this Friday, stay tuned for that. It's going to be all kinds of information. But they got to take some cool pictures of the Stingray, the Z06, and the E-RAY all kind of lined up in similar colors. So I thought that was interesting to share just because, like I said, the embargo's ending. So we're going to be able to see all kinds of stuff like that coming up here real soon. And then let's see, there's also the E-RAY production is likely to start in a couple of months. There are a couple different target production weeks floating around out there. So if you have an E-RAY or waiting for an E-RAY, there are a couple different target production weeks that are floating around as early as 12/4. So December. I actually did see one the other day. It was late November. But these are all very, very, very subject to change just because of the strike, the problems with getting parts, all that stuff could affect that. So even if you do have a target production date of 12/4, it might not actually happen. But it is good to see these things finally coming out and showing some dates, because that means that GM is moving in the right direction with that at least. Let's see. Hope it won't be a flop like the Mach-E. Here's the thing. I hear a lot of things being discussed about this car. There's two things that you have to keep in mind. The starting price of the car is lower for a reason. The price that the car fetched at Barrett-Jackson was significantly less than the Z06 for a reason. When it comes right down to it, for the most part, on paper, spec for spec, the Z06 is the better car. Is it the better car for you? Maybe not. But just specs-wise, the Z06 is the better car. So in history in general, as time progresses, the Z06 will be remembered, the E-RAY will not be. It doesn't matter if that's your car or not. That's the way it's going to go. The hybrids never capture the same spirit as a car like the Z06 will. That's just the way it's going to go. Now, I'm not saying that the E-RAY is a bad car or that the E-RAY is no good for anybody. There are people that the E-RAY would be perfect for. And honestly, I'm one of them. If I could have both, I would, because the E-RAY would be perfect for me during the wintertime. But I want that Z06 feel. And most people agree to the point where that car fetched $3.6 million at Barrett-Jackson, where the E-RAY only got a little bit over $1 million. So, I act like that's no big deal. Like, oh, it's only a little bit over $1 million, but
it's about comparison.
Yeah, in comparison, it very clearly shows which car is the better car. Again, maybe not necessarily the better car for you, but in general, it's the better car.
Yeah.
So guys, again, just to talk about it real quick, the giveaway for today, if you guys are interested, we already have a good bit of donations. I'll have to add them up and see if we've hit the number yet.
Oh, we did.
We did.
Okay.
6:30. Right, so it is getting given away tonight then. If you guys haven't yet, please smash the thumbs up button. We don't have our thumbs up guy in here tonight, so I'm not sure where we're even at, but please hit the thumbs up. It really helps, and it makes it so we can keep doing this kind of stuff for you.
And we do want to mention our sponsor, Extreme Online Store, man.
Yep.
Their products are amazing. I have a bunch of them on my car at the moment. I know Justin's has had, and all the other of EOS, and I've got a lot more coming. So I'm excited. They're a great company. Their products
That's a great segue into me mentioning for the new people joining what our giveaway is today, because it is from Extreme Online Store. They gave us to give away a waterfall cover, which is real carbon fiber. So the weave on it is really, really close to the weave that GM has. So it's going to fit right at home in your car if you already have some carbon fiber from GM. So this particular product is about $620 plus shipping. So we'll call it $700. You could potentially win this for a donation of $10. If you give $10, you get one entry. If you donate $100 through Venmo, you get double entries, which would be 20 entries. Right now, Matt Hurley is leading the pack. He donated $200. He's got 40 entries to win this thing. And Jason actually has this installed in his car. It looks
Yep.
really awesome. He sent me a couple pictures to show you guys, and I can't pull them up for some reason. So
I even backed my car out of the garage, lowered the roof.
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. But you guys can actually go over to his channel. He has a video on installing it,
Yep.
so you can see it right there as well.
It actually is like 25 minutes long, condensed down to 3 minutes, because the other 22 minutes is him taking his red tape off.
Exactly.
Yeah, get yourself a good pair of tweezers. I've said this already. You need tweezers for that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Check your
yeah, if you
Venmo.
guys are just joining, like I said, throw up a donation, $10. In worst case scenario, you're helping benefit the channel. Best case scenario, you end up winning a $700 piece of carbon fiber for $10.
Biomead, we'll let you know how you can check on the
yeah.
replay too, but who wins. He
Yeah,
did.
he donated.
Who was that?
Omid.
Venmo.
Just now?
Yeah.
That's what he said. So check your Venmo.
All right, we got Kevin Horan just donated $10.
Thank you, Kevin.
Got it.
Yep, Omid. Okay, yeah, Omid threw $100 at it. Thank you, Omid. I think he said he was leaving, so he gets 20 entries as well. Thanks again, guys. You're really killing it tonight for the support. Thank you.
This is one of the best giveaways ever, because once you get this in your car and you open your door, you see it. Like, I love mine. It's amazing.
You sit right beside it the entire time.
Yeah.
Jason has a lot of good install videos, says Lewis LG Z06.
Thank you.
Let's see. Joe M says the reviews are not even out, and yet it's second class, even though it's faster, safer to drive, and more consistent, and has more data screens.
Safer to drive. There's a good segue right there.
Yeah, that is a good segue. All right, well, Steve, why don't you take it away? So for our hot topic of the week, Steve is actually going to be the one that kind of goes over it.
Well, it's funny is, so this, way before this, before I even got my C8, one of our conversations between Justin and Jason and I was how the C8 actually kind of drives itself, and it actually takes away some of that driver's experience out of it because it's such a safe car. I learned that this week, and I will never complain, because Friday night, I was coming home. I have a lake by my house, and there was a car on the outside of it, and I was trying to be a smart ass going around really quick on the 35. I gunned it and went around a corner. Well, when I gunned it, I was probably doing 65 in a corner, and I hit a bump, and the whole rear end lifted up and slid over, and I literally felt the car correct itself and put me straight back up again. Had I not had that, I definitely would have been in the lake. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain about that car anymore.
Right.
So that is interesting, guys, because like Steve said, we had a lot of conversations about this whenever Jason and Steve were both looking to get in a C8. And I was kind of telling them my experience with the C8. So with the C8 Stingray, it's a great car, but it's a good thing and a bad thing the way that car's set up, because it's set up in a way that it does not like to lose traction, which is obviously a great thing for performance, but it's not so great if you're looking to have some fun with it. If you're looking to throw the rear end out or whatever, it's not going to let you do it. And I told Steve it kind of has the ability to drive more for you than the C7 did. Like if you mess up in the C7, you're going to wreck and you're going to hit a telephone pole.
Mm-hmm.
If you mess up in the C8, it's going to correct to the absolute limit to try to save you. And most 99% of the time, it's going to save you. Whereas with the C7, you're on your own. So Steve kind of had an experience with it, and whenever he mentioned it, I said, that is a good idea for a hot topic, because a lot of people don't necessarily love the way that the traction control works on the C8, but in this case, it literally stops Steve from ending up in the drink. So,
yeah,
exactly.
Randall Swanson, we got him in for 2 entries. Thank you, Randall. When's the C8 Z06 giveaway? Yeah, you know what, KP? If Matt Hurley had actually donated $1 million, I would have done that.
Yeah,
I would have given my Z06 and Jason's Stingray, maybe Steve's too. We'd give all 3 of them
too.
away.
Hey, you can have it.
Yeah. Yeah, the non-Z51 does not have the E-diff. It will let you step the rear end out, but it's still, that is true, but there is still a lot of nannies programmed in the car, much more so than the C7 has. So even though it will let you step it out, it will also auto-correct and fix any problems that you have. Yeah, so White Hot Horsepower says we need to basically get the Ron Fellows. I'm working on it. Me, BPR Z06, I don't know if he's in here or not, but we're working on getting a group of 6 people together to go. But it's very difficult to do this, by the way, for some reason. Ron Fellows needs to verify all of the VINs that they're legit and that the person has already received the car. And then afterwards, they need to place us in a class that's big enough for 6 people to attend. And you would think that wouldn't be that difficult, but we've been trying to do this now for almost a month. It is coming, though. Let's see. Not a crowd pleaser like the Mustang, right? J Clones, we're still waiting on the date. I will definitely let you know. Let me see if we got anything else in Venmo. Jamie, Glass City Car Nerd, he donated $50. He says,
Jamie,
I heard that exhaust back here in Pittsburgh, Justin.
yeah,
It's definitely loud. Clay Jones also donated $20, so he gets 2 entries. I don't know if I told you that or not already.
That is, so 20. I'll get him too.
Okay, so like I said, guys, if you could please smash the thumbs up button. We have still a little bit more information, and we have a giveaway that will be given away
hey,
tonight.
Larry.
So,
from LA.
Larry Anthony, how you doing? I talked to him a little earlier today. Oh, AARPM says, so some of you knew I was selling my C8. Sold it today. My plan is to go find a C7 Z06 manual over the winter spring. I did find the advanced traction control of the C8 sort of uninspiring at times. Yeah, and that's perfect example of what I was talking about. Absolutely perfect example. Thank you for sharing that. The C7 is a little more exhilarating to drive because you can step it out. You can have your fun with it. Now, that is a good thing and a bad thing, because if you don't know how to have your fun with it, you could very easily hurt yourself in it. Whereas with the C8, it's more geared for performance, and it won't let you have that ability to step out as easily because it doesn't like to break traction, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Like I've said from the very beginning, I mean, you can ask Jason and Steve. I told them the same things. It's a good thing and a bad thing all at the same time. If you want to have fun, it's impossible, but at the same time, it's going to stick to the road, which is going to give you that performance. That's really interesting, though, AARPM. I'm interested to see other people kind of noting the same thing I did. One of the bigger reasons I got rid of my C8 Stingray when I did was for the Z06, but at the same time, it just wasn't I didn't have a whole lot of fun driving that car. It felt like too much of it was me being driven, not the other way around. Like, I definitely preferred the driving experience of the ZR1 specifically.
That's why I enjoy having both. You know,
yeah, and that's the way to do it.
You with the ZR1 and
everybody that asked me, you know, I have the Z06, I have the ZR1. Which one do I like better? I don't like either one of them better. I like both of them equally because they're both completely different machines. They do really awesome things, but they do them completely differently. So having both is really the way to do it.
Although I hate to say it, but if I get the Z06, I'm probably selling both.
The C8 Z06 takes what I'm saying a little bit further, because the car is powerful enough that you can still overpower the nannies in that car a little bit more than you can in the Stingray. So it is a little bit more interesting to drive.
Right.
White Hot Horsepower donated $20. Did you get that?
Yep. Brandon.
White Hot Horsepower.
He was supposed to hang out with me on Saturday, but he overslept because he didn't go to bed till 3:30. So.
Larry Anthony's off to Ron Fellows this Friday.
Yes, he is.
That's very awesome. I wish we could get that to work out. Yeah. Z01 is a rare car. It definitely is. It's an awesome car too. That's the problem, is that it's such a fun car. Every time I drive it, I feel like I'm devaluing it, but I can't help myself. It's such a fun car to drive. I have to.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I have a video coming up with White Hot Horsepower's car. I haven't finished it. I filmed it. It's not been edited, but that car is freaking awesome.
Well,
wow.
that's the thing is, with these cars, if you want to have a C8 and have fun in it,
yeah,
you can tune it that way. But that was only something that's just recently able to happen. I would assume.
Yeah.
I think it was White Hot Horsepower that had his done with HP tuners, right? Or is he still piggybacking the ECU? Regardless, you can change all kinds of things in the parameters there if you're using HP tuners. So there's a lot of this traction control stuff that you can just get rid of. So if that's your end goal, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So, guys, really the only other little bit of information I wanted to talk about was, of course, the price increase. You guys have probably heard a lot about this already, but there is the $2,000 price increase that was announced by GM for all of the 2024s basically moving forward. So if you haven't put your order in yet, you're going to be stuck with this. And the $2,000 is on top of some other price increases that have happened to other options. Ultimately, It comes down to, if you check every box on a C8 Corvette Z06, you're looking at almost 10 grand more when you factor in the idea that you're also not getting the $5,000 points from GM for keeping the car for 6 months. So you are upwards of $10,000 more for a 2024 Z06 than you were on a 2023. I'm not sure if you guys have seen anything about that yet or not, but all right, I'm going to close out this poll. Looks like we had 68 votes. 65% said no. 35% said yes. So I got to bust out my calculator to see exactly how many that is. So 68.
Beats me.
So that is 24 people. So that would be enough. That would be enough.
Yeah.
If you guys, I'm going to have you again send me an email if you guys are interested in the cruise. I know you did this once already, but if you're interested in the cruise, just send me an email, and all it has to say is, I'm interested in the cruise. And I'm going to put your email into a folder. That way we can start moving forward with this. So shoot me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, and let me know if you're interested in that cruise, and I will save it into a folder this time so we can start moving forward with it. Luke Walker, you do have a point there. That more the better or more perfected a car gets, the more boring it tends to be, which is that's kind of unfortunate, but it is the truth, because as the car gets better and better and better, there's less to go wrong with it. Yeah, the increases for options are pretty crazy. The carbon fiber wheels went up by $2,000, every one of them, the painted, exposed, or the ones with the red stripe, which I think is funny. The wheels with the carbon fiber wheels with the red stripe are $1,500 more than the carbon fiber wheels by themselves. So you're telling me that red stripe is worth $1,500? Like, it's just a pinstripe.
It's special paint, like really special. It's got blood.
I'm pretty sure it's just a vinyl stripe.
Probably.
All right, so let's see. If you guys didn't hear me, please send me an email about the cruise if you're interested. Just put in the email that you're interested in the cruise so we can get that done. Let's see if we got any more donations. Again, guys, if you're interested in the carbon fiber waterfall, every $10 will get you a donation. Kerry Glock donated another $10. He says Z06 on the street only, most likely no track use. Should you have carbon ceramic brakes, or are steel brakes suitable? Nice to save $8,000 on the MSRP. So I will tell you this, Kerry Glock. I personally would not buy that car without carbon ceramics. Now I'm not anywhere near a rich man either, but I would definitely want those carbon ceramics for what they offer. The biggest reason, that no brake dust, and on black wheels especially, that's a huge thing. I do find that they also offer a better initial bite than steel brakes. But The steel
Yeah.
brakes are really good. Don't get me wrong. The steel brakes are a phenomenal option on the car. You do not have to get carbon ceramics. If you're okay cleaning wheels all the time, because the brake dust on those things it's really high. You're going to have a lot of brake dust on that car. If you're okay with that, then yeah, save your $8,000. Either way, you're getting an awesome car. And if price is really, if it's going to come down to that option for you, get the steel rotors and get the car. Matt Hurley says ceramics are a must. I agree. Joe M says, I wanted CF wheels, but now I can't afford them. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, a lot of people on the video that I posted about the $2,000 price increase, a lot of people came on there and said, well, if you can afford $160,000, you can afford another $2,000. Like, that's not the way that works. Like, a lot of people will budget for a car and say, hey, this is my max right here. And now all of a sudden it's $2,000 more. That might affect what options they can put on it and stuff. And there's a lot of people out there. I'm one of them. Like, if that price on that car had gone up the way that it did, and it was going to affect me by an additional $5,000, I'm dropping an option off. Something's got to come off.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't get the carbon fiber wheels.
Yeah, mine was already at 163, and I mean that was kind of like when I got done, I was like, yeah, I don't want to go any higher. That's enough. Like that was my level, and then
we talk to Jason all the time off of this show. Jason is so ticked about the $2,000. It's a big deal to him.
And that's the thing. It's like I understand that.
There's a breaking point.
Understandably so.
It's a principle at this point, you know.
Yeah. The people saying, "Oh, well, if you could afford this car, you could afford another $2,000." Those people are the ones that aren't even buying the car,
exactly,
and can't even buy the car. But the ones that can, like you, Jason, you're upset about it because it's an extra $2,000. It's not 20 cents.
Think about the other crap I could do with it.
Yeah.
Tony,
I got Chase Bank trying to take $4,800 out of my account. Chase Bank doesn't want to refund me. Oh, you stole the money. Yeah, that's what happened. I did. Idiots.
Guys, please hit the thumbs up button for us. It really helps the channel out. It would be really great if that could happen for us. Let me check Venmo. Looks like we got a couple more donations in there.
Yeah, Larry Anthony, LA. We call him LA.
Oh, wow. Is that crazy, Jason? I just now realized what you were saying. He's from that area.
What? His initials.
His initials are the area he lives in. Larry Anthony
right.
is LA, and that's where he's from.
Mm-hmm.
So Larry Anthony donates $100, so he's going to get 20 entries.
Wow.
Okay, that was it for that.
Yeah, Bruno makes a great point. The price is going up and interest rates are going up.
Yeah,
Oh
that's again, if you think about it, with how high the interest rates are, now you're adding an extra $2,000 on top of the fact that the interest rates are bad. You're actually adding way more than $2,000 at that point.
Yeah.
That's where things start to get really hairy. But Tony, thank you for the donation. He donates $20, so he'll get 2 entries. He says, hey, HPO, did you ever consider finding a midway point between Pennsylvania and Texas to do an HPO Cars and Coffee meetup? And pardon my manners, hi, Amber. I have. I've talked a lot about it, and one of these days we probably will. Actually, North Carolina might not be a bad idea, Jason.
That's where I'm going on Tuesday.
I was going to say that would actually kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll look at North Carolina. Might be a good idea, because then we could also possibly go out to Tail of Dragon and stuff. But Tony, stay tuned. We'll put something together eventually. But yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for the donation again. Really helps the channel, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you, Larry, for the $100 as well. That gets you in there for 20 or 2 times entries. So, Mr. T says Porsche raises prices all the time. Yeah, this is nothing like isolated to just GM. Like, prices on cars go up yearly. That's a normal thing. They go up to kind of fit the inflation of the year, and it's understandable to some degree. It doesn't mean we're not going to be angry about it, but it is a somewhat normal thing. AARPM says meet up at the Corvette Museum. That would be a really good idea. It really would be a good idea. Huh. We should talk about that. YNV says totally agree. The price changes my build for my E-Ray. Was doing a 3LZ convertible. Now I'm doing a 2LT with the option I want is still 120. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing is the E-Ray was supposed to be cheaper than the Z06, but now the starting price for the E-Ray is the same price that the Z06 started at in 2023.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
the price difference, that increase literally pushed it into a different car territory. That's where some of the problem comes in too.
Yeah.
Stephen Rapp, we missed you.
Yeah, but you still
Steven-
got to find Venmo, buddy.
Stephen Rapp
Yeah.
donates $100, so he'll get some entries into winning. Thank you, Stephen. Paul LaMonaco says, watch the price increase after the strike. Yeah, that's going to be a problem too. I don't know if this was just GM's way of preemptively, kind of making up for what's going to happen with the strike, but hopefully it doesn't go up again. That would really not be great.
I'm going to tell you, if it goes up even like just a fraction, I'm out. I don't even know if I'm going to buy the car at all. If I do, I don't know, man. It won't be the one I want, so I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like, again, for those of you out there who think, oh, if you can afford this car, you can afford the extra $2,000. Listen to what Jason's saying.
Yeah.
It's for him. It's not necessarily the price. It's the principle.
It's the principle.
What you're doing is, I mean, it's unfortunate for everybody involved. And like Mr. T said, prices get raised a lot. I understand. That's not the point. It doesn't mean that you're not upsetting your fans. And GM, I mean, the Corvette in general has a lot of diehard fans. We're all us three on the screen here. We're diehard Corvette fans. But at some point, you can only push it so hard until you break it. And now all of a sudden, maybe they're not diehard fans anymore because at the price that they're charging for some of these cars, is there a better car out there for that value?
Yeah, exactly.
There might be. So let's see. Yeah, you do get ceramic brakes with the E-Ray, yes. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but that was just the starting price was the same between the two. And it wasn't supposed to be initially. Like the E-Ray was supposed to start out cheaper than the Z06 because, that's where GM priced it. But now all of a sudden it's the same as the 2023 Z06 started at. Yeah, you can load up a Z06 a lot more expensive than an E-Ray. Even in 2023 you could. Romnan, that's true normally, but not really with the Corvettes. He says, why buy new, wait 3 years, and you'll buy the same car for $40K less. You still can't touch a C8 Stingray for, at best, you're getting it at MSRP if it's sitting on the lot.
Exactly.
You're not saving $40,000 off that car. These cars are still really heavily sought after. They're really hard to get. Even the Stingrays are still fetching at least MSRP.
Oh yeah.
Normally, you're right though. That 5, 6, 10 years ago, I never bought a new car. It was almost pointless to buy brand new because you could save a lot of money by buying a used car with 2,000 miles on it. So it was barely used, but it was significantly cheaper. Nowadays, that it hasn't been that way in a while. And Joe M, I actually hear this comment a lot too. We might not be around in 3 years. A lot of the people looking to buy the Z06 or buy the C8 in general, they're older. So, waiting the extra 5 years or whatever it might take to get this car at a decent price, they literally might not be around for it. And they want to experience it. So that's the only time that I consider paying over MSRP to be understandable. Yeah, Larry Anthony has the 24 Lucid Grand Touring with 1,020 horsepower, and it's 150K. So this is where you have to start wondering, the prices of these cars. Are there better cars out there for the money? Especially with like the 01 or the Zora coming. I mean, you're going to be into a $200,000 territory with a Corvette. Is that really where, is that the best performance for that money at that point? Yeah, exactly. So it's all about a supply and demand with the Corvette in general. Well, with any car, but we're talking about the Corvette specifically. So the more that people want them, the higher the demand's going to go up, the higher the price is going to go up. Yeah. Let's see. So one thing I'm seeing a lot of this on this chat. One thing I got to address. So yes, you can buy a Stingray, send it to LMR, and get a whole bunch of power out of it. You guys got to understand that's not all there is to the car. So when you buy a Z06, you're not just getting a faster Stingray. You're getting a much different car on multiple levels. You know, it's wider, the aero's better, the suspension's better, the braking system's better, all of this stuff. If you want to make a Z06 out of a Stingray, you can't just throw more power at it and say, I got a better car than a Z06, because that's not the case. You need all of those components to equal a car that's even the same as the Z06. Mike Lewis, I initially speculated that the car was going to start at like 146, 148, 149. But now with the price change, I think that's going to be a little bit higher. I'm thinking we're probably going to start mid 150s. So 155, 158, somewhere in there. It's just because of that price change that's kind of throwing it off, because initially, like I said, I was in the 140s, high 140s most likely. But with everything going up, if we even see the car at this point, I mean, I know initially that car was supposed to be, I think, a 24. Now it's not even, it's very likely it's probably not even going to make it a 26 at this point. So as time goes on, the prices, like I said, every year the prices of these cars go up. That's going to be factored in. I mean, we're looking at 150 plus for sure. And then after options, you're going to be at 220. If you load that thing up, 220, 230 plus tax. Again, are there better cars for that price? I don't know what the ZR1 exactly will bring, but I can't imagine it's going to be performance that's a whole lot better than, you know, some of the Lamborghinis or high-end Porsches out there.
Yeah.
Oh, first one definitely goes at 500,000 at auction.
Oh, probably more than that.
Yep.
General Lee says, preach, Justin.
5 million, I mean, sorry.
This Z06 is a beast, and I love it. Yeah, see, that's the thing is, I see this every time on every car performance variant, where someone will say, why buy the ZR1 when you could just get a Z06 and throw some extra horsepower at it? It's not that simple. The ZR1 is not just 100 horsepower more than the Z06, and that's it.
Yeah.
There was additional cooling, 3-inch wider in the front, more horsepower as well, but also more aero. You know, just stuff like that. I mean, one of the things I noticed with when I bought my C7 ZR1 right off the bat, I traded in a C7 Z06. I noticed within 20 feet of driving that car, it felt more planted to the ground. The air, you could literally feel the aero working. And it's stuff like that you can't just replicate like that, because GM engineers do all that stuff. So I'm not saying you can't build the car better. I'm just saying it's more than just horsepower.
Yeah.
All right, 729.
Yep, let's give this thing
That's
away.
the big thing. Home builders don't match factory engineering. That I couldn't have said it better myself. All right, let me check Venmo, see if we got any more in there. Guys, if you want to get a last-minute donations in for the carbon fiber waterfall, I'm not seeing anything in here, but I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes. So we're at 8:30 right now. We're going to wait until 8:32. If you guys are interested in getting last-minute donations in on this, this is what you're looking to get. So this is the Extreme Online Store, carbon fiber, waterfall. It is the waterfall and the speaker cover. So the whole thing will look like carbon fiber, and it matches pretty closely with the stock carbon fiber from GM. So yeah, you can win this for a $10 donation, or a $100 donation will get you 20 entries. And this piece is $620 plus shipping. We're going to call it an even $700. You could potentially win it for $100 if you really wanted to do that. So
What's your Venmo, Justin?
it's just horsepower obsessed. There's a link pinned at the top of the chat if you guys want to go all the way up to the top. Darren, the link is all the way up to the top. All you gotta do is just click on it. But if you're gonna donate, Darren, I'll wait for you.
And remember, I want to again, our sponsors are very, very important. So
Yes.
Extreme Online Store, EOS, legit carbon fiber through and through. I have a bunch of their stuff on my car now that's carbon fiber. Man, let me tell you, I absolutely love it, man. Their
Yes.
quality is top notch.
On top of everything else they have, you can spend hours on their website looking at stuff.
You
They have a lot of
could.
stuff.
They do have a lot of stuff. C5.
They have a lot of things carbon fiber related with the C8 that I have not seen anywhere else.
Mhm.
And that's interesting because there's a lot of carbon fiber parts out there for the C8.
Yep.
Darren, if you haven't figured it out, I'll just send you a link. I can just copy it.
I've
and
got
send
one
it
more
to you.
piece coming from them for the interior, and then I'm starting a full exterior carbon fiber
That's
process.
awesome.
Yep.
But
We
you
had
have to
talked
wait till
about it.
after your vacation.
Yeah.
So
I know.
you may not be here next week.
No, I probably won't. I don't know. It'll depend. I'm going to be at my dad's. But I also wanted to say I got new wheels for the C7 Z06, so I'm excited about those. But we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah, so Jason, when we go to talk about that, I think that might be a good time to announce the fact that we're going to do a giveaway with them.
Yep. 100%.
So I'll be in touch with him to see if he's okay with that, because I think those wheels are going to look cool enough on your car that people are going to want them.
I
They're
think
nice.
so too.
They're really nice.
And now my car will actually grip the ground a little bit. You know, I mean, still a Z06, but at least I'll have new tires instead of like old soap on the bottom of the tire.
Okay, so we got a $100 donation from Darren,
Got it.
Darren Burnett. So he donates $100, so he gets 20 entries. Boy, this is going to be an interesting one tonight. We got a lot of people in here at $100.
Yes, we do.
All right, so we are past the deadline, guys. We're going to cut that one off. Let's go ahead and see who wins. Steve, if you want to, whenever you're ready.
Okay, I am ready when you are. And here we go. Let's raffle.
Matt Hurley.
Matt
There
Hurley.
it is.
With that donation, I'm not
I was
surprised.
going to say that he had 40 entries in there. That was pretty likely to happen. So, Matt Hurley.
And I know he wants it.
I know you won it, so you won. Congratulations, Matt. Thank you again, all of you guys, for the support. And honestly, I actually have 2 of these waterfalls. We might do the same thing again next week. So we'll let you know exactly how that's going to go, though. So yeah, River Mutt AMT does sell clear engine covers with the painted trim. You might have to contact them and let them know that that's what you want, but they do offer that. But anyway, congratulations, Matt. I already have your address, so we'll get that shipped out to you ASAP. And yeah, yours is a coupe, right? Pretty sure his is a coupe.
I think his is a coupe.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. So thank you again for all the support. You guys were awesome tonight. Smash the thumbs up if you could on the way out, but we'll catch you guys next Monday night, same time, slightly different place for me.